Hey guys, Scott Montgomery coming to you from LandDesignNetwork.com, your landscape networker. Today I'd like to go over a little property that I've maintained for about 5 or 6 years, and it's very important to understand something. When you're landscaping in shade, there's certain things that when a customer would come to me and say, I've had no luck in this space, I've had no luck getting anything to grow. Well, here's the honest truth. If you don't have sunlight, you don't have proper nutrition, whatever the case may be, sometimes you just have to bite the bullet and create a bed like this, a natural bed. Now, what I would suggest here is doing a mass of ferns or hosta if you're in an area where there's not deer. Unfortunately, we're in New Jersey and it's very deer intense, so there's only certain plants you can choose. But this is a space here, and if you look up and see how much shade there is. It's hard to get a lawn in here. It's hard to grow anything in an area like this. If you pan across here, you'll see the wood line. You'll see nothing's growing in there. Okay, so when you're faced with an area with a lot of shade, you can incorporate ferns and whatnot if there's no deer, but it's very important to understand that if you want it to look good and look like a natural space, just use wood chips. Get rid of it, use wood chips, just like this. It's a nice clean look, and it's relatively inexpensive to do. Now, as we come up to the house, you'll see as we come up here, there is a little bit of sunlight, and you're going to see we are limited with the plants that we can choose because of deer and sunlight. But as you come across the front, you'll notice lawn. We have lawn here, okay? I say it time and time again. People try to tell me, "Hey Scott, can we get a lawn in the shade?" Yeah, you can get a lawn in the shade, but I'm telling you, it's going to be a struggle. All right, so this area, as you see, we're in full sunlight. You pan across here. All right, this particular customer asked me, "Can we get a lawn in there?" You know something? Yeah, you can get a lawn in there, but you're constantly going to have to feed the lawn, new seed every year, and by the time you put the investment in over time, to me, it's a waste of money. So here's a solution for an area that you cannot get grass to grow in. As you come across this side, you'll notice some nice Japanese maples. They work nice in limited shade, but you'll notice they're not a deep red. Okay, they're very healthy, but they're not a deep, rich red because there's not a ton of sunlight. With that said, it is pretty healthy. As you come across, you can see really the only thing that we can get growing in here are ferns, all right? I want you guys to see this staple on the side of the property. Look at how beautiful this tree is. Beautiful, beautiful tree. Feel free to comment on the website if you'd like to know what kind of tree it is. Find it on the website, okay? LandDesignNetwork.com. As we come inside the backyard here, you're going to notice a nice living space in the back. They wanted to keep it nice and natural, and again, I'm a big proponent of transplanting plants. So a lot of these spirea were transplants. We put a nice Kwanzaa cherry here. We have some beautiful hydrangea, which are actually starting to come out. Now, what's important here is the deer love hydrangea, but we're in a fenced-in area, so we're able to get these in. Now, if you come across beautiful stamped concrete pool, okay, that's an option. If you're looking to put a pool in, that's also an option. Again, depending on the pool contractor, just make sure that you get references and you see pools that have been done 5-10 years ago. Make sure they're not cracked, broken, so on and so forth. Come across here is a nice living space. You have a Coosa dogwood on the end. Again, here's your boxwood. Now let's pan in on these. Now these are very healthy and these have been treated. There's no sign of leaf miner in here at all. So these have been treated. As you come across this side, you'll notice a mixture of perennials. You have yarrow, which gives you yellow. You have a nice Montgomery spruce, which has a nice blue rich color. And this is actually, if you know what a Colorado spruce is, they actually graft it and create a plant in the shrub, Montgomery spruce, or a globosa, which is an awesome spot for in any landscape. Birch tree grasses, again, you have some perennials coming in here. You have peonies in the back. All right, so again, it's a nice natural space. And as you pan across this side, you'll see these hydrangea and these sedum on this side, so you're getting fall color too. These have a nice red bloom in the fall. All right, beautiful Nico blue hydrangea. And what's important here is if you have a section of your house that's in the shade, all right, there are ways to create spaces that don't need maintenance, that don't need constant care. All right, and if somebody tells you you're going to grow grass in the shade, you know, you can, it'll come in, but again, over the lifetime of a lawn or the lifetime of a landscape, it's very hard to plant in shade unless you're using ferns and hosta, and it also depends again on the creatures that live around, the deer, so on and so forth. And the most important thing here is when you're selecting a contractor, make sure you ask questions. You know, how long have they been in business? You know, get referrals, get on properties, find out what they've done, so on and so forth. So with that said, I'm signing off here, the Landscape Networker. I'm so glad to provide you some value. Again, click on the link, come to my website, come onto my email list. I'd love to provide more value to you. With that said, I hope you have an awesome day. The Landscape Networker, landdesignNetwork.com. Take care.